The ongoing political standoff in the United States has taken a sharp turn as funding for the Department of Homeland Security becomes a central issue in the debate between Republicans and Democrats. The situation has intensified after Republicans accused Democrats of deliberately blocking funding, claiming that their opposition reflects a broader stance against law enforcement and border security. According to Republican leaders, this move has reinforced their narrative that Democrats are aligned with policies supporting open borders and reduced policing, a claim that continues to dominate political discourse. At the same time, Republican leadership has outlined a strategy to move forward by introducing a budget reconciliation bill that would secure long-term funding for law enforcement agencies, ensuring operational continuity not only in the present, but also in the years ahead. This approach, they argue, will both stabilize the system and politically expose their opponents. Amid this backdrop, former President Donald Trump and other Republican figures have expressed confidence that a resolution to the DHS shutdown is within reach. Their plan involves passing a short-term Senate bill that temporarily excludes funding for agencies like Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Customs and Border Protection, followed by a more comprehensive funding package through reconciliation. Trump has strongly endorsed this strategy, urging lawmakers to act swiftly and push through a party-line bill that ensures sustained financial support for border security agencies. However, not all Republicans are fully aligned with this plan. Some members within the party remain cautious, insisting on concrete assurances that the reconciliation bill will indeed pass before agreeing to any temporary measure that excludes critical enforcement agencies. During this period of uncertainty, Trump has taken executive action to ensure that DHS employees continue receiving their salaries despite the funding gap. This move has been portrayed by his supporters as a necessary intervention to prevent disruption in national security operations. In discussions surrounding the issue, Congressman Chip Roy emphasized the importance of Congress fulfilling its responsibilities rather than relying on executive action. He pointed out that lawmakers should be actively working in Washington to resolve the crisis instead of leaving the burden on the administration. Roy criticized the current situation as a failure of legislative duty, arguing that Republicans had previously worked to secure funding for national security, but are now forced to reallocate resources due to congressional inaction. He further accused Democrats of using the situation as leverage, suggesting that they are prioritizing political agendas over national safety. According to Roy, the most effective solution would be to pass a comprehensive DHS funding package either through standard appropriations or as part of the reconciliation process. He stressed that separating funding for agencies like ICE and Border Patrol sends the wrong message and undermines their importance in maintaining security. For him, the priority is clear: move quickly, secure full funding, and eliminate uncertainty. The conversation also touched on broader concerns about the legislative process, particularly the role of the filibuster in the Senate. Roy described the current system as flawed, arguing that it allows lawmakers to avoid accountability by relying on procedural barriers instead of engaging in meaningful debate. He suggested reforms such as restoring the talking filibuster, which would require senators to actively hold the floor if they wish to block legislation. Additionally, he proposed a rule change that would allow funding bills to pass with a simple majority during a government shutdown, ensuring that critical operations are not held hostage by political gridlock. These procedural debates highlight a deeper frustration within Congress regarding its ability to function effectively. Critics argue that lawmakers have increasingly ceded power to the executive and judicial branches, failing to fulfill their core responsibilities. Roy acknowledged these concerns, noting that while the House has managed to pass several key pieces of legislation, progress often stalls in the Senate due to its rules and lack of consensus. He emphasized the need for unity among Republicans to overcome these challenges and deliver on their policy goals. Another key issue discussed was the Save America Act, a proposal aimed at strengthening election security. While the House has passed the bill, it remains stuck in the Senate, where procedural hurdles continue to delay its progress. Roy expressed frustration with this situation, arguing that the Senate must take decisive action to move the legislation forward. He called on lawmakers to either engage in open debate or reform the rules that are preventing progress, stating that the American public is growing increasingly impatient with political inaction. Throughout the discussion, the tension between preserving institutional norms and achieving policy objectives remained evident. While some lawmakers are hesitant to alter long-standing rules like the filibuster, others argue that such changes are necessary to address urgent issues. This debate reflects a broader struggle within American politics, where competing priorities and ideological differences often lead to stalemate. As the situation continues to unfold, the DHS funding crisis serves as a reminder of the challenges facing the legislative process. It underscores the complexities of balancing political strategy, procedural rules, and national priorities. For many observers, the key question is whether lawmakers can overcome these obstacles and reach a resolution that ensures both security and stability. In the midst of these developments, public engagement remains crucial. Viewers are encouraged to share their opinions on the issue, as public sentiment can play a significant role in shaping political outcomes. At the same time, staying informed and involved is essential for understanding the broader implications of these decisions. As the debate continues, one thing is clear: the outcome of this Sanghursh will have lasting consequences for governance, national security, and the balance of power within the United States. Stay connected for more updates, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed about the latest developments.